So Romania 3, Ukraine nil. Which is a bit of a shock result, really. A game that was mostly boring, uh, apart from the parts where Romania were just, you know, catching Ukraine out really, weren't
Yeah, and the game kind of started off. Ukraine were dominating really. Romania couldn't get any attacks going, and then in like the 22nd minute, Dovbyk had like a half chance on the edge of the box where he probably should have got on target, but he just skied it.
they? Yeah, but that was the first chance of the game. 22 minutes, so it was very boring. Uh, it was all just because of Ukraine just playing too slow. I think Romania, they might have been like, well, we got to show these a bit of respect. But then once they realised they were no threat, that's when they just started going for it, wasn't
Yeah. So Ukraine had the ball at the back, and the centre back took too long on the ball and did a really bad pass back to Lunin and put him under pressure. But Lunen's still kind of half at fault for this goal, isn't
he? Yeah, like you said, he should have just cleared it, shouldn't he? Just out for a throw in or whatever he needed to do, but he just kicked it wide to a Romania player. And then he just manages to get it, pull it back to Stanciu, didn't
he? Yeah. That was a really good finish. Right in the top left corner.
he? Yeah, you can see the ball travelling there. Just right in the top left, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't save them. And then, yeah, Ukraine had a half decent chance. Mudryk, who was lively, really. He tried to get across towards Dovbyk again, but Dragoshin, who played really well, didn't he, in the game?
Yeah.
He just stopped it before it got to him with a diving header.
Yeah, so Romania had a good shot that resulted in a corner, and then the corner he must have seen Lunin off his line, so he definitely went for the shot there, didn't
Yeah, yeah, it was just, a lot of whip on it. It's like one of them where you're trying to do it.
he? Yeah. And then it comes off the bar, and Lunin's lucky he almost made another mistake there.
Yeah, yeah. That would have been two. Well, obviously, he didn't know at this point, but he would make two errors that led to goals. But yeah, Ukraine were just awful in the first half, weren't
Yeah. Yeah, they had up to that 25 minutes or something, and then they just didn't offer anything.
they? Yeah, but even there, in them 25 minutes, they weren't actually threatening him, really, were they? They're just
No.
passing around aimlessly.
Yeah.
So yeah, into the second half, Romania get a counter attack from Ukrainian corner, I believe it was.
Yeah. But the chance was actually they got back well, Ukraine, but they got it on the edge of the box, and it was a pretty good strike. But obviously, it's gone under Lunen's hand, and he probably should be saving that.
Yeah, easily. It's like a Onana sort of mess up, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He does that a lot. So yeah, Ratiu had a good shot. It was one of them where you try and get it in the near post and you blast it as hard as you can. But Lennon managed to save it.
Yeah, out for a corner, and then they scored off the resulting corner. It's taken shot, and then eventually it's kind of squared for a tapping in it.
Yeah, the striker Dragush, slightly shorter than Dragoshin.
Yeah.
But he played quite well, that striker, really, didn't he? He was alright.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then the only real chance Ukraine had from that point, apart from a few speculative efforts, really, Yaremchuk, who only come on late into the game, he managed to get a chip, didn't he? At the bar.
Yeah.
Sort of lifted it over the keeper, you can see there. But yeah, no goals for Ukraine. 3-0 loss, very bad result for them.
Yeah. And quickly moving on to the man of the match, and even though they won 3-0, we gotta give it to their defender. A guy from Spurs, Dragic.
Yeah, he's just a beast, wasn't he? Yeah, 100% of his aerial duels he won, I see.
Yeah.
multiple tackles, and then crosses across the box, them ones where you've got to intercept it or put it in your own net.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 of them, it felt like.
Yeah, and you just getting them every time when you getting back in and doing it. So, very good performance, a leader's performance, wasn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, that's the end of the first game. Belgium just lost 1-0 to Slovakia. Jesus Christ, what the hell happened there?
Yeah, it's like the only upset so far, isn't it? Obviously, they have millions of chances, Belgium, but they got a certain man up front, and they will mention a lot over the next 10 minutes. Yeah, speaking of him, actually, within the first 5, when Doku made that really great run, he was getting about 3 people, didn't he, down the right, crosses it in, and Lukaku, like, point blank range, misses it somehow.
No, it kind of deflects into his path, like off De Bruyne, and he only has a few seconds to react to it, but he's a striker who costs 100 million, so he should be burying that.
Yeah, and then another one shortly after.
Yeah, Trossard, he's looking for the cut back to Lukaku, but he's being marked by the keeper.
Yeah, and he's like, doesn't know he's there.
Yeah. Like, oh, give me the ball, I'm open. And then Trossard's like, well, no, there's a guy right next to you, so he tries to chip it to De Bruyne.
Yeah. And then, obviously, Doku was high on himself when he was like, oh yeah, I'm balling out here. So he's in his own corner, by his own corner flag, starts trying to dribble out for some reason. And then, obviously, this is what cost them the game in the end.
Yeah, so he basically plays a pass just across his own box, and the Slovakia player gets onto it and shoots, which was an awful shot. Yeah, he had the whole right of the goal to aim at, and he just smacked it right at the keeper.
Yeah. But then, obviously, the keeper palms it out, didn't he, to that player that Fass is sort of marking. But then, yeah, Fass keeps him onside, and it's just an easy goal, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, good finish.
Yeah.
Basically, Slovakia got into the game and they were getting a few chances and sustaining a bit of pressure up front, and they got another volley here, but the keeper saves it. So yeah, but that just showed how good Slovakia were playing after they scored their goal.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. This was just before half time, really. And then on 42 minutes, Lukaku has another missed opportunity. He's put him behind, and he manages to somehow not convert this chance. I should say I've been a bit dishonest here, really. It was like bouncing up a bit, wasn't it? But to make him seem as bad as possible, I got one where it's on the floor. But it was bouncing. But, again, he's a 100 million striker, isn't he? Supposedly. And then we move on to the second half then.
Yeah, they whip in a deep corner to Onana, 6'4" man.
Yeah.
And he knocks it back across, but Lukaku with his wide frame was just a bit offside on him.
Yeah, like his bicep was like offside on
it. He just didn't look across the line for some reason, even though he's a 100 million striker.
Yeah. And then another interesting tactical change. For some reason, Bakayoko comes on and, De Bruyne goes back into like a holding midfield position, and he stays there for a few minutes, until near the end of the game. Which obviously you're just limiting, your attacking ability, and whatever you say about it.
Yeah, even though Trossard kind of did well down the middle.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Still was an odd decision, really. Especially because they just took Trossard off after like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. But then another chance for Lukaku. He somehow misses the target from here. Just it's the side netting. Doesn't even work the keeper, which is just criminal, isn't it?
Yeah, this one's like cut back to Bakayoko, like on the edge of the 6-yard box, and there's a lot of bodies there, but surely you just gotta work something and find the gap and score the goal, really.
Yeah, like you can see the whole right side's open, isn't it? And Lukaku's waiting there to pass it to as well, if you want to take that risk.
Yeah. Obviously I wouldn't pass it to him, but
No.
especially what happened in this game.
Yeah. And then, Pender played quite well, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's threat running in behind, which they didn't really have. Because Trossard's not that type neither, and Doku's like all to feet and dribbling. And then he pulls it back for Lukaku here. Lukaku with a great finish. That was the equaliser, wasn't
Yeah. Oh wait, what happened in the build-up?
Yeah. Not going to put a screenshot of it, but it just hits the Pender's arm, and basically when he's running down the line.
Yeah, because he kind of jostled him with the other guy, so his arms up like chest height.
Yeah. Which I kind of get why they gave it. Because he was looking at the ball. He had his eyes closed at first, so I noticed. And then he opened his eyes. And then that's when his hand just smacked the ball down like into his path. Yeah, I don't know. Did he mean it or not? I don't know.
No, he didn't mean it, but he controlled it with his arms. So, like, sometimes it just comes off the arm, like, deflected off, and then I think that's fine. But he's actually, like, punched into his own path, really.
Yeah. So, like, the goal wouldn't have happened without him doing that, so I'm just going to accept it. Because the defender would have got it, wouldn't he? It was going like a cross, wasn't it? Towards the defender's side, so... people are annoyed, I think, about it. But it's just whatever. It's just football, mate. You got to deal with it. You got to put your chances away, haven't you? But earlier on in the game, you wouldn't have that problem.
Yeah, and the place we were watching, it showed a little like graphic of the volume of like the ball. It has like a chip in it. He actually punches it, didn't he? So you could definitely tell it hit his hand.
Yeah, like the amplitude on the waveform was like went up slightly, didn't it? He's obviously someone's touched it, and he was the only one that's by it, so it's confirmed that he actually did handball it like that.
I think it had to be given, really.
Yeah. What about some of Belgium's players, apart from Lukaku? Linking to Browner and Fast mainly.
Everyone rates De Bruyne, and I'm not going to start an argument saying he's bad or anything, but for Belgium, he's just really not on it, is he, ever?
No, like Wales have beat him and drawn with him loads of times over the years, and he's never really showed up, has he?
No. And he is like that. He just doesn't try hard. He said, didn't he? He thinks he's the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah. He's like, why don't you pass it there? You just say to De Bast when he was like, oh, come on, just pass it there. Like, come on. No.
He doesn't work hard for the team at all.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's got that arrogance, like he's the best, but he wants the team to win, doesn't he? He isn't constantly complaining to his teammates.
No. And then Fass, he just isn't like capable of one-on-one defending at that level, is he?
No.
Like, he has to have people around him if he's going to do anything.
Yeah, he looks really shaky today.
Yeah. They're just isolating him in the corners or down the line or whatever, and he just did not deal with it.
Yeah, if they do manage to get through the group, which they probably will, to be fair. Like, if they come up against a hard team, he's going to get found out easy.
Yep, that's it. But yeah, I feel kind of bad because we haven't really mentioned Slovakia too much.
Yeah, even though they won.
Yeah. They played quite well, but they didn't have many chances, did they? Like, really?
No, it's just like sit back and hopefully get on the counter attack, but they didn't even get many counter attacks, did they?
No, not really.
And they got gifted their goal by a mistake.
Yeah, it was more just luck, really, wasn't it? To be fair, even though they tried hard, obviously. Not knocking them, but it was just lucky that the Lukaku had one of them days again.
Which he has all the time.
Yeah. I think we're going to give man of the match to Lobotka, aren't we?
Yeah.
Just because he was getting on the ball, intercepting in midfield, wasn't he, as best he could. But obviously, Skriniar as well, maybe.
Yeah, he was solid.
Yeah. But obviously, they gave up loads of big chances, so we can't be giving it to a centre-half.
So yeah, that's the second game of Matchday 4. And we'll be back for the third and final game, the big one. Everyone's looking forward to seeing France in this tournament.
So not as we predicted. Was it really? I pretty hard-fought victory for France in the end, a 1-0 against Austria.
Yeah, we thought they were going to dominate, but not much really happened in the first half, did it?
No, there was that early chance for Mbappe. That classic one where he's in that inside left position, and you just expect him to bend it in the far corner or give the keeper the eyes on whack it in the near post, don't you?
Yeah, and he tried to do the near post finish, but the keeper stood tall.
Yeah. And then around 10 minutes later, Griezmann gets in a nice position. He had a couple of choices there, really, didn't he?
Oh yeah, and I think the best option was to Dembele on the right, because he could have bent it with his left, couldn't
Yeah. Or like gone down the line and cut it back or something, couldn't
he? Yeah.
he? But I don't think the Rabiot pass was really on, like when you actually see it, the full clip, because the defender was sort of trying to intercept him.
Yeah, and Griezmann kind of doesn't have it under control at that moment when it looks like Rabiot's on.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't all France. Austria had probably their only big chance of the game, really, didn't they?
Yeah. And you gotta say it was a poor finish, really, because he didn't get much on it, did he? It was like more like a tap, so it gave the keeper a chance to save it, really.
Yeah, it's one of them, like, you don't want to put much on it. You just sort of want to lift it over the keeper a little bit, don't you? Just get it in the corner.
Yeah, but he just didn't get enough on it.
It was a good save from the keeper as well, like he got off his line fast, didn't
he? Yeah, so Mbappe found himself on the right wing, and he took on the fullback and got to the byline and cut it back, and he headed it into his own net.
Yeah, Berber it was, wasn't
it?
Yeah. He undid all of Danso's good work really there, didn't he?
Yeah.
For some reason, like when a cross is coming in, you don't face your own goal, do you? Because that can happen. Then. You can head it in your own net. You got to like turn your body so you're facing away.
Yeah, that was definitely his fault. He should have just firmed it right in the face, shouldn't
he? Yeah. But Mbappe's run was really good, wasn't it, to get there?
Yeah.
He made up for his miss earlier on.
Mm.
And then at the 46-minute mark, Griezmann was brutally shoved into the advertising board, wasn't he?
Yeah, he got a cut on his forehead.
Yeah.
Pretty nasty one, that, isn't it?
Yeah. He was in the wars a bit, wasn't he? Because he got that, messed his knee up later on as well. I was bleeding. Yeah, that was the first half. It really wasn't as easy as we thought. Austria were pressing really high, weren't they? Well, France are like a conservative team anyway, aren't they? But I just thought they'd get like an early goal, which they did, and then they just blow them away. But it just never happened, did it?
No.
Then on to the second half.
Yeah, Rabiot flicks the ball around the corner. It's a really good pass, and any other player in this situation, they'd maybe have to wait for reinforcements, but Mbappe just powers past them, didn't he?
Yeah, he just kicked it and ran.
Yeah. And obviously the most surprising thing happened really in that situation.
Yeah, he just, again, he could have gone either side, but he chose the right side to go, I think, just bend it in, but he just missed it entirely, didn't he? Missed the goal entirely.
I wonder why, because it seemed like he was on balance and like he'd set himself.
Yeah.
Must have just not got enough curl on it.
Yeah. So that was 10 minutes into the second half. And then another 10 minutes later, Hernandez gets in down the left-hand side. Do you remember who passed it to him?
Was it Rabiot again?
Yeah, I think it might have been. That's what I asked. He did quite well there, then. And yeah, he squares it, and Griezmann gets his toe to it, doesn't he? But can't quite reach the ball.
Goes straight across the face of the goal.
Yep. And then just a bit of, discussion on this, really.
Yeah, a challenge on mine, John. He's clearly getting to it first. But, he might drop it. There's a chance the forward could nick in front, but it's like a 1% chance, isn't
it? Yeah.
Do you think it's fair to give that?
When it was live, I thought Baumgartner, is fair enough. But then when you see it back, like Magnan was always getting there, wasn't
Yeah.
he? It's just you're really endangering him because you can see their boots like going towards his chest. It's like crazy, really.
I mean, he's lucky he didn't actually stud him in the face. Like it kind of glances off his forehead, really, didn't
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think where Big William Saliba, he I don't know, he just didn't look comfortable like he normally does for Arsenal.
it? Yeah. Maybe it's because he's playing left centre back.
Yeah, maybe. He still played well, but I don't know. He just didn't have that like confidence he normally does. I think because he's thinking like, I need to play well
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
I've got to make this. I've got to do this properly.
Yeah.
This is one he missed. Which if Kante wasn't covering him, he might have cost him. But you know, they've got them players, France, and they constantly covering each other.
Yeah. Yeah, and Mbappe went in for a header off I think it was a free kick, and he netted Dance's shoulder. And I'm not sure if he's broke his nose, but like his nose was bleeding quite a bit, wasn't it?
Definitely looked like he broke it. It was not really swollen, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then later on, like it'd be like a good 2 minutes after that actually happened, like the ref still didn't let the subs on. I think Giroud was warmed up, ready to come on, and then the ball went out of play, and he didn't let it. Giroud come on for Mbappe, so Mbappe just took matters into his own hands, and
Just walked on and took the booking to stop the game, didn't he?
which was pretty smart thinking because like the physio or whatever didn't tell him to do that. He looked like he just sensed that he needed to do it, and he just quickly did it. So
Yeah.
that was quick thinking. That.
It was really pouring blood his nose, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't know how it'll be for the next game, but be interesting that.
And he went straight down the tunnel, didn't he? So,
Might need a mask or something just to protect his nose a bit.
yeah.
We'll see.
So who was man of the match?
I think we were debating two players really, when we Rabiot and Koundé, maybe. It was more like a defensive performance, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say Koundé has to edge it, really.
Yeah, he's just a beast, wasn't he? He's covering everyone. He's getting forwards as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, Rabiot, obviously, he created two really great chances that we looked at, but
And he had loads of good interceptions.
yeah, he's a really underrated player, but yeah, I agree. I think Koundé had the best game overall.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the game.
Yeah, really didn't play out how we expected. It was a very surprising game, really.
Yeah.
Especially because France was everyone's favourites, and I don't know, they're pretty defensive, Austria, so I don't know if you can really look too much into this game. Because they were just defended. But, maybe they're not as good as we think. Germany seems to be the best team at the moment.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting, won't it?
Yeah.
We just need the next round now.
Yeah, obviously they got the 3 points, and so they've got basically through now, so.
Yeah. France don't care, do they? They were just booting it, weren't they, for the last 10 minutes? They were just booting it up. Not even caring about playing football. Just holding on.
Yeah, because you could say in the last second, Forum went through and he could have done a shot or a cross or something, but he just took it in the corner, didn't
he? Yeah, that was it, wasn't it? So yeah, that was Matchday 4, I believe, yeah?
Yep.
So 5, the final, final 2 games of the first round of fixtures. This is Ronaldo's group now, so first game tomorrow. Some score predictions: Turkey, Georgia, and Kalanoglu against Kvaratskhelia. Really?
Do you think Turkey's squad is way better?
Really hard to say, and I think the Turkish league's at a decent level now, is it?
Yeah.
So, but you just don't know, do you? It could be like another, Slovenia situation, or
Yeah, because Kvaratskhelia is gonna want to play well, surely.
Yeah. And I think they've got some good players, haven't they, Georgia? So should be a good game, though.
And they have that striker. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name.
Yeah, yeah.
French league.
Beginning with CH.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would just go with a 1-1 in that one. Another draw.
I think 2-1 to Çalhanoğlu.
Yeah.
Çalhanoğlu's team.
Alright. And then, yeah, we got Czech Republic against Portugal, which I think will be a really good game.
Yeah.
I'll probably go. I'll go with a 1-1 again. I've got to get one right. Alright. If I go with that.
I think I'll go for 3-1 to Portugal.
Right, okay.
Even though you predicted Czech Republic to do pretty well.
Yeah. I'm not expecting them to get their points against Portugal. Obviously I'm expecting against Turkey and Georgia, but I'm just going to put one on the board from now.
Yep.
And yeah, that wraps up the predictions for Matchday 5.
Yeah. And join us for the analysis of Matchday 5 tomorrow and the predictions for the Matchday 6 as well.
Yep, which is obviously the start of the next round.
Yep.